You are now listening to the J Ade podcast.
We're going to start to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the J Ade podcast. It's your boy J Ade in the building. We are back for season 3, episode 8 of the show. We have had plenty of episodes so far this season, specifically some before the COVID pandemic, some during it. I wouldn't really say after because the pandemic's not over yet, but we've talked about a little bit of conscious stuff over the past few episodes, black consciousness, pocket watching, counting favors, but we're right back to that nitty-gritty of this episode, and we have 2 nitty-gritty guests on the show today. But before we introduce today's topic, we're going to have these guests introduce themselves. But before we do that, follow me on social media at Joe the Great, that's JOETHEGR8, as well as my podcast page at j.ade.pod, both on the gram. But without further ado, we have 2 very special guests in front of me today. We have one lady and we have one gentleman. As we always do on the show, we're going to have the lady introduce herself first, then the gentleman will do so subsequently. So, lady, what's your name? Where are you from?
Oh, Joe, that's too good. Too good. I need that.
Come
Hi,
on.
guys. I'm Osa. I don't really have too much to say, but I will say that I am the director of Vibes and a part-time evangelist. So I am here ready to talk some things with the guys, and here it is.
You got any social media to shout out? Or?
I do. Not really. It might be shout-out worthy, but you can follow me. It's my first name, Osamudiamen. OSAMU.D as in David, IAMEN as in Nancy. That's my social media.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And we have somebody who's been on the show a couple of times before, man. It's a crowd favorite right here, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, what's your name?
You already know what this is.
Welcome
It's
back.
your boy Dina Time. Follow me on the gram, Dina Time _. That's DINATIME _.
All right, man. Without further ado, we've had the lady introduce herself, and we had the gentleman do so. So we're going to get right into today's topic. This is one, like I said, is a nitty-gritty topic, and it's something that is kind of far from this conscious kind of, wave that we've been doing. We're getting right back into that controversy today. So without further ado, as millennials, the vast majority of the things we do are all about enjoying your youth and building your future. That being said, in our 20s, there is a heavy emphasis on enjoying your youth. Previously, like I said, we've discussed pocket watching, counting favors, but whether people choose to admit it or not, we take notice of the decisions people make with their bodies. The last few conversations have been a little bit on the conscious side, but today we will be discussing promiscuity. Are y'all ready?
Of course.
Let's do it, man. All right, so my first question, we had the lady introduce herself first, so we're going to have the gentleman answer the first question. First question is simple. What do you define as promiscuity? Let's talk about it, man.
What I define as promiscuity.
Come on, man. Let's talk about it.
Promiscuity is ashawo.
Ashawo. For those who are not Nigerian, that is a colloquial term used to refer to a promiscuous person. A thought.
It's like but anybody who was friendly,
Any friendly person is promiscuous.
friendly as in a sexual way. Sexually friendly to guys,
Okay.
girls,
Okay.
maybe the same sex.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who doesn't really care morally what they're doing sexually.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe not even sexually, but just ethically and morally, it just doesn't fit what you would want to,
So someone who's nonchalant in terms of their perception and is a little bit too friendly sexually.
Yeah.
Got you. What's your definition of promiscuity? And I'm going to get into the official definition too so we can, what I'm saying.
To be honest, so before I got here, I actually looked up the definition of promiscuity because
what I
this
like to
really
hear, man.
isn't something that I think about. I don't
Okay.
think about what promiscuity is.
Right.
Not that I am or am not promiscuity. It's just not really something that I think about.
Got you.
I mean, the dictionary definition that I saw
Okay.
was that promiscuity was that a particular person engaging in sexual activities in a short period of time with a number of different partners.
Right.
But to be honest, I feel like who are we to define what promiscuity is?
So then what's your definition?
Sounds like she's running away from the question right now.
I'm not trying
What
to
do you
run-
define as promiscuity in your mind? So you went to the dictionary. And we're gonna read it out too after you define it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the definition of promiscuity to me would be engaging with people that you shouldn't be engaging with, maybe more than you should.
Okay.
However, my stance is always, if it's not my business, it's
not my business.
Not my business.
Gotcha.
I will never be a person that's like, whatever this person does with their body is bad or good. Right. That's just not me. Gotcha. So this is not really something I've ever thought about.
Okay.
However, I do understand what the look and view of a promiscuous person is and can be, but I don't really have a surefire definition of it because who the fuck are we?
I feel that. Okay. And we're going to talk about that too, the surefire definition. So actually, ladies and gentlemen, the definition of promiscuity is the practice of engaging in sexual activity frequently with different partners or being indiscriminate in the choice of sexual partners. That being said, I want to know from you guys, would you consider yourselves to be promiscuous people? Yes or no?
I'm not.
Why not? Let's talk about it. Why not?
I'm not promiscuous simply because I have Jesus.
Okay.
And I am very adamant on the conversation can really go a number of different places.
Let's talk about it, man.
Because I once was extremely insecure.
Right.
And I always needed to be in a relationship.
Right.
I always needed to have a nigga around to make me, I don't know, to divert the attention away from myself and to make me maybe feel better about myself.
Right.
And I needed that attention.
Gotcha.
But now I'm just so focused on Christ, to be honest, and not even trying to sound like that person, but niggas don't deserve me unless they show that they do. Okay. So I can't say that I'm promiscuous as far as what we know promiscuity to be, but I don't shit on anybody who wants to have sex or engage with whoever they want to because it's their body and it's their life. We have to understand we can use wisdom and not do particular things, but...
We're going to talk about what using wisdom sounds like, though, because it sounds like you still have an idea in your mind of what not using wisdom is. But what is your thought on people's perception of you? Not even people's perception of you, but do you consider yourself to be a promiscuous person? Yes or no? And this could be past, present, future, whatever.
I'm reformed.
You're reformed. So in the past, you have engaged in promiscuous acts.
I mean, look at me. I'm a good-looking guy.
Okay.
So
you on the camera right now, man. You got the shot for him.
You know, I'm a good-looking guy, so of course,
talk your shit.
Ladies love Dina.
Yes, sir.
But nah, I never really been promiscuous. Men can't really be promiscuous.
Why? Let's talk about it, man. It's not a podcast. Why can men not be promiscuous? Men
can be players. You know, men can be smooth guys. Really can't be promiscuous.
Why?
I mean, if you want to call a man promiscuous, you just call him a hoe, right?
Same shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, aren't they synonymous?
But nah, see, when you're promiscuous, it's almost like you're doing it unconsciously, right?
How's it unconscious, though?
Because sometimes, like she said, she always needed to be in a relationship.
Right.
She was insecure, so she probably didn't even know that she was being promiscuous if she was.
But I wasn't being
No, I'm just saying, if you were.
But I was fully aware of what I was doing, and I was fully aware of, you know, the shit that I was insecure about that made me feel as though I needed to be in these relationships.
Right.
You cannot say that niggas cannot be promiscuous. Are you kidding?
Nah. Because I feel like a lot of men, right? Let's say a man has a lot of concubines, whatever you want to call it. Right?
All right, let's talk about it, man.
He's doing that because he probably got the juice like that. Like, I don't really see men seeking.
But okay, so at the same time though, is it impossible for a shorty to do that because she got the juice like that?
Right.
Like what if she's just mad?
Nah, if she do that, she a hoe.
What?
Men don't go out like seeking validation in women.
I feel like that's not true.
Yes, they do.
I don't think so.
Okay,
yes, they do.
So
women seek validation in men.
I feel like that's a common misconception, right? So obviously there's a lot of people that say like, yo, women see validation in men, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of dudes, especially like if you weren't always that nigga, you feel me? Now, once you become that nigga,
you got a little bit of change.
Yeah,
yes, like, that's you seeking validation.
At that point, it's like, all right, now I'm back all these shorties.
So that makes you promiscuous?
I mean,
no.
you can be, you're capable
not
of
necessarily
engaging in this.
No, you can have all the money, whatever, and still not be having sex with none of these girls that you're bagging. You could be taking them to the 5-star Eddie V's, whatever you want to call it, Joe Seafood, Maestros, and still not having sex with them. So you're not promiscuous,
right?
Like,
but
so that
I
don't think you like you say people find validation in money or whatever, and they use that to get women, but that don't mean they're having sex with them. So you're promiscuous. You being promiscuous.
I'm not talking about the money though. I'm talking about like they leveled up somehow, and women are now attracted to them, and now they're like actually having sex with these said women, but they're doing it at a high rate. Let's say, for example, you are a basketball player. Obviously, you know, at the high school level, you wasn't really that guy. College, you know, getting a little bit of traction. Once you got to the NBA, now you're an NBA nigga. You feel me? And now it's like, you know, I'm about to shit on these people that I was getting dubbed by 10 years ago. You know, and now I'm in the league. Now I'm the best in the league. You feel me? So I act accordingly. You feel me? At that point, it's a matter of validating, you know what I'm saying, yourself. At that point, you're looking for validation in the fact that, all right, now I can bag these IG models. You feel me? So in that sense, I feel like it's a double standard, bro. What you think?
There's absolutely a double standard.
Let's talk about it, man.
I don't understand how women can be promiscuous but men can't. Where's the disconnect? Why is it that women are hoes if they decide that they want to do whatever they want to do with their bodies, but when it comes to niggas, who a lot of times they use their motherfucking money to get all these women and do whatever they want, why is it that they can't also be seen as promiscuous? They are the same.
Because look, I look at it like this, right?
It's like society. It's a double standard, like society.
Of course,
I acknowledge it though. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm saying it's a double standard, but doesn't mean that it's not a valid double standard. Like, you know, some double standards, we just live by.
Right.
We just go by because
Right.
we just know it as a double standard.
Right.
I really look at it like this: women, right? If she's promiscuous, it's probably because she was insecure, right? It's really rare that like I don't and. Never mind.
So niggas can't be insecure?
But that's the thing though. Like niggas, though, I feel like women are more likely to like express that they feel insecure.
And
Yeah.
niggas will
like,
not.
Like niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll act like, you know what I'm saying? Man, I just.
But sexually though, like sexually,
Even then, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, I mean, unless they're like your super close mans, you're probably not gonna say like, yo, bro, like, I was trying to bag all these shorties so I can feel like I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, I feel like a woman is probably a little bit more likely to be like, you know, I was feeling kind of down and out. You know what I'm saying?
right? And that's a great example that you would like.
Let's talk about it.
You and I talking, right? I'm not
Right.
gonna be like, yeah, bro, I smashed shorty yesterday, then I smashed this joint yesterday because I'm hurting inside.
Right.
You will never hear a man say that, right? But a girl was like, yeah, I had sex with him because he makes me feel beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Okay, that's a valid point.
then Jamal makes you feel beautiful too. So you sucked him off or whatever, and then it's a pattern, it's a cycle. That's what the promiscuity is.
Okay. All right, so.
You looking at me like I'm crazy,
I'm
but you
not.
know I'm telling the truth.
What do you think? Do you disagree? You looking at him crazy?
I'm not disagreeing because he's making sense.
Right.
And promiscuity can be promiscuity, but I don't think we put enough attention into the why.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so, hey, you like to fuck a lot of niggas or you
Right.
like to feel good.
Right.
So I'm going to label you as this thing. And it's
Right.
just like, yo, we need to have deeper conversations about these things.
About why they're being labeled
Exactly.
that way? I feel that.
Exactly. Like, and you can't say that men can't be promiscuous and women can. Like, niggas are just as promiscuous as women, if not more. And what they use is they flaunt these things like money and cars and stupid shit that really don't motherfucking matter. Ooh. They flaunt these things to get them more pussy. Who's the bigger pussy here? Somebody who has to try so hard with external things that really don't matter to validate them, or a woman who has a pussy and has titties and can work her way and get these things from men?
So what about the women who we had this conversation off camera, right? The women who are full figured, and then you look at it like this: I'm gonna use this to make some money. Boom, OnlyFans account.
That sounds like a business person.
So question for you. You said that's a business person?
To be honest.
Okay, but in the grand scheme of things, I feel like having OnlyFans is associated with being a promiscuous individual.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's true or false?
I would say that is a external perception. However, that's not what the point of OnlyFans is.
But
You
we're talking about
keep
how
beating around the bush.
We're talking about how it's used now.
Answer the question.
I'm answering the question.
Let's talk about
Please,
it.
Joe, answer the question again, or you can answer because.
No, okay, So I want to hear your point first, and then we can get to him. So in terms of OnlyFans, right? You're saying that initially it was not created to be a porn site.
Yeah.
And now it has been repurposed.
And it
as
isn't
such.
technically a porn
Well,
site.
yeah, people just use it for
right.
porn. Right.
People are using it for whatever they want to use.
Yeah, because
it
it's not Pornhub. So you think it's not porn? No, that joint is soft porn. If not, like, how can you not see OnlyFans being linked with promiscuity?
I can. I'm not denying.
So you're saying that you believe that it could be associated with it, but
For
you're saying that
sure.
you yourself do not necessarily tie the two together.
I don't.
Gotcha.
Like,
So,
I don't.
so let me ask you a question right now. All right, you never met me before, right? And I said, subscribe to my OnlyFans. What's gonna be the first thing you think?
I'm like, nigga, what you doing on there?
Exactly.
Nigga, what you doing on there?
I did not know your
But,
business until you
however-
subscribe.
However, I might be thinking like, yo, you probably busting down on there, but maybe you're not.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, I feel like
if
people
you thought
associate that with sexual acts and consistent sexual acts, which is the whole definition of promiscuity in the first place, is doing it frequently
But I think
with
we
different
also
people.
have to understand that sex work is something that people do when they feel as though they don't have any other options.
But some people choose that as their first option, though. And I know in the previous episode, we kind of discussed that, too, how some people see it as their first option because they're like, yo, like, this is bread that I can make like this. You feel me? So it's not necessarily a super fallback plan. But at that point, let's say this is their first option. At that point, is that person a promiscuous individual for choosing to take that route out the gate?
That's a person that's smart and they are a business person and they're using what they got.
Okay.
Can I speak? They're using what they're using, and respectfully though, they're
Respectfully.
they're using
Claiming her
what
time.
they have to create revenue. What's wrong with that?
Okay.
If I was not a woman of Christ, I would have an OnlyFans, trust me, because it would go crazy. However, I'm just not that kind of gal.
Okay.
Respectfully, like, and I have nothing against people who have OnlyFans.
But see the comment that you made, though, that kind of gal. What is that kind of gal, though?
I'm
a promiscuous gal. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
No, let
That's
her
fair.
finish.
I don't know. You know what? To be honest, I've definitely thought about creating an OnlyFans, but because of the stigma,
what will you do on there?
But and I really don't want to say what I would be doing on there because it wasn't anything crazy, but it might be crazy, so I'm not going to expound on that. However, I did say I'm not that kind of gal, but that's simply because of the stigma. In my own head, I don't judge people who have OnlyFans like in a negative way. I'm just like, yo, niggas is getting in how they live.
Get your bread, yeah.
And that's just it is what it is. And if there's somebody is like, no, if you have an OnlyFans that you're a whore or what, fuck them. Who cares? I personally, I don't relate promiscuity and OnlyFans together.
Okay.
I just see it as somebody getting their own money and figuring out how to monetize.
How can you say that?
What are your thoughts on that?
How can you say you don't relate the two together, but then you said you didn't do it because you don't want to be perceived as that girl? That type of gal.
But you know why? Because of my particular purpose. So my particular purpose, are you listening, Chris? My particular purpose is to evangelize and bring people closer to Christianity.
Right. Okay.
I'm being very serious. That is one of my purposes in life. So I'm just like, you know what? I know how the world is. I know what the world stigma is of OnlyFans.
Right.
If I am saying I can use OnlyFans as an avenue to connect with more people, but I know that the stigma of OnlyFans is people doing sexual acts.
Right.
I cannot correlate the two for myself.
Right.
Just because I see the bigger picture.
I respect that.
It's not because I'm shitting on people who do OnlyFans or I think they're sick. To me, OnlyFans is like Patreon. It's like Patreon. But I know that there is already a worldly stigma of OnlyFans. So what would be the point of me correlating the two words of Christ and OnlyFans? I'm not doing that. Okay. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so transition point, right? So we're talking OnlyFans, and that's, the naked aspect, for the most part, sexual, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So let's shift it, right? So you're talking about the perception of you potentially making it and kind of the stigma that would be associated with it if you decided to indulge in that and how you wouldn't do that, right?
Yeah.
So let's take it a step further in terms of you don't have an OnlyFans, just in terms of how people dress. Specifically women, right? Because I feel like it doesn't really apply to men, right? I feel like, I guess, guys, can
it applies to them niggas wearing onesies.
Their shirts off, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, okay, so in terms of that, right? Is it possible for somebody to dress in a promiscuous way?
No.
Or, like, can you see somebody and be like, yo, they're dressed this way, so they're a promiscuous person?
Nope.
We'll have him answer first, and then you can go.
Why I gotta answer first?
Because she gave a nice little take, so it's on you, bro.
That you don't believe that. That's
That's
why you're smiling like that, because you don't believe that.
No, speak on it.
Bruh, of course.
Let's speak on it, man.
Honestly, bro, we've been in the club many times, sections, all that, whatever.
Right.
If we see a joint that has on basically nothing, nipples is showing all that through or whatever, you're not gonna automatically think that's an easy bag?
I mean, for real, bro, you can know that, shorty probably came in to throw some ass. Okay. But at the same time, it's be joints that be covered up that do be throwing ass too. However, I would say that certain girls though, I know certain homegirls, they be like, yo, I'm wearing all this because I want the niggas to be all over me. You feel me?
Is that not a sense of promiscuous behavior?
No,
I don't know. I mean, let's hear a
confidence. That's what it is. You can do what you want.
So showing your nipples is confidence.
Honestly, I am not a woman who is going to be showing my nipples out. However, if a woman is choosing to do that, it's because she's confident enough to do so. Okay. I don't look at a woman I do not look at a woman like that and say, yo, she is a promiscuous woman.
All right, so check this out. So you and a group of friends are going out, right? And you have that one friend that you know, like, she always draws negative attention from men because of how she's dressing.
Yeah.
What do you say about her? What are you saying behind closed doors when she's not looking or when she's not there to your other friends?
Well, what I'm not doing is talking about her to my friends when she's not there.
But what are you doing? I asked, what are you doing?
Okay, well, if I'm doing anything, I would have a conversation with her. I would ask her why do you feel the need to expose yourself in this way? I would ask.
But you said she was confident.
And she can be, but it's a conversation because if it alarms me, I will still ask her because I'm not about to be having my nipples out. These niggas don't need to be seeing my nipples. So if I have a friend who's doing that, I'm going to ask why. However, I'm not going to judge her for doing so. If that's what she wants to do.
Can she still come to the club with you?
But the question too is like,
exactly.
Why?
I didn't say yes or no.
Yes or no though. Can she still come to the club with you though? Because like at that point, does it reflect poorly on you?
It does.
Right?
It absolutely does.
So
I can't say that she can't come to the club with me, but I'm not going to judge her for it.
Okay, I feel that. I feel the idea of not judging her for it, but I also say that like I feel like as a guy, there's been times where we see a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like if you see two girls at a club, right? One girl that got on a t-shirt, some jeans, and some Jordans on her feet. And a girl that got on a little, crop top thing with a little, you know what I'm saying, short, whatever. You probably gonna try to dance with the crop top shorty because you're like, all right, she probably can dance a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't dancing with no girl wearing jeans in the club. She ready to fight.
You feel me? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like to a certain degree, like, I feel like that's something that you look at somebody like, oh, like, yeah, like she's probably a little bit more with the shits than the other girl. Granted, though, there be these undercover individuals as well, though, who might not dress that way.
With the shits. Why is there always such a focus on the women and not a focus on the men?
Let's talk about
y'all Niggas need to get y'all shit together.
Flip the script.
It's always, the woman looks like this, so the man is going to behave like this. Right. There's not enough. Niggas need to get put together.
Okay.
And maybe I didn't word that right.
Nah.
But niggas, like...
Put in check.
Niggas need to be put in check.
No, I agree.
Always so much focus on the woman. If she's wearing a short skirt, if she's showing this or showing
like,
that.
what makes you think you can talk to me any type of crazy way? What makes you think you can touch me?
Who are you?
No, I agree with that. Like, women are not property. You feel me? But I'm just saying, in terms of like perception, that's how most men think, right? You're gonna go with the girl with the crop top and the tight ass shorts on over the girl that is wearing something a little bit more flowy. That's just facts.
Yeah.
But you, Joe, as a man,
right?
You have a lot of female friends,
right?
What would you, same thing I asked her, how would you feel if you had a friend that's like, bro, like every time we go out with this chick, man, I gotta get dudes off her. I gotta act like I'm her boyfriend or act like that overprotective brother.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Me being the friend that has to always act like I'm her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I would be annoyed by that because it's like, damn, bro, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, one thing that I'll say, I feel like when I was younger, it was a lot easier for me to be like, bro, I can't fuck with her. I'm just not gonna go out with her. But at the same time, I feel like now niggas kind of have to understand that like, niggas shouldn't always be on some creep type time like that anyway, nigga, where shorty will have to.
They should never.
Like, where a nigga would have to feel the need to act like somebody's girlfriend, you feel me? Or boyfriend, rather. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, obviously it would be frustrating because after a while it's like, bro, like, you feel like your vibe might be messed up on a night if you're literally playing boyfriend the whole night. Because at that point, you can't, mess with who you want to mess with. You feel me?
Yeah.
So in that particular situation, would you have a conversation with your friend? The female friend?
Homegirl?
Yeah.
That's not on me. If she rolling with
why
the
not?
boys, she want to roll with her homegirls.
Why
then.
not?
If you messing up
why not?
What conversation do I need to have? Look, I've reached a point in my life where I'm not going to talk to you, especially if you're not my girl. Why am I talking to you about what you wear?
Then you shouldn't be going out with her. If
that's
you
what
can't
I'm saying.
look out
that's
for
what I was
her.
gonna say. That's what I'm saying. No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If I ever go out with my homegirls know this. If I go out with you, I'm gonna look out for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit too much. I'm maybe a little bit too overprotective. But at the same time, like, you feel me? If it reaches a point where it's messing up everybody's night, and like now niggas is getting in little scuffles because the niggas a little bit too, reckless with her. Yeah. Then at that point, it's like, all right, you might need to hit up the girl chat, and you know what I'm saying.
And that's when you dub that.
I mean, I'm not gonna dub the friendship. I'll dub going out with her if I feel like it's getting in the way of me having fun with my homies.
But you'll have a conversation with her, no?
Right. I mean, but what will the conversation be? Change the way you dress?
No. So, okay. So
let's talk about it.
So that scenario, and then I'm like, yo, Joe, what's up with your friend? Like, would you ever think? Would you say that she behaves promiscuously. How do you say the word?
Promiscuously. Yeah.
Promiscuously. Nah, is she behaving in that manner?
Like the friend that you're rolling with?
Yeah.
Because she's dressed that way?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that because I know shorties that dress crazy by society standards that are really not on that type of time. Like shorties that literally dress like that so that they can dub niggas all night. Like I know homegirls like that where like they'll literally like dress in the shit that they know like for a fact like, yo, guys are going to be all over me tonight type wave. And they literally are on a mission to dub as many guys as possible. Just to say like, yo, I've arrived. Like, like I did this and I flexed on these niggas like that. You feel me?
Okay.
But anyway, transition point, right? So we're talking about that in the idea of playing boyfriend, right? But let's say it's an actual boyfriend. And the question I have for you guys is, can a promiscuous person be faithful? And what I mean by this is, if someone is used to a certain lifestyle, can they just flip a switch when it's time to commit? Yes or no? So there's a two-part question. Can a promiscuous person be faithful? Yes or no? And can they just flip a switch when it's time to commit? Either y'all can answer first.
No. I'm going to say
you said no?
No, you cannot.
Why can a promiscuous person not commit fully?
Because, bro, when you have that as a man, right? You said we said that men could be promiscuous, right? Even though I don't think so, but let's say they can. As a man,
both ways, but yeah, continue.
As a man, right? Mm-hmm. You always gonna feel like, dog, I need to talk to her. I need to get with her.
Right.
So you're never gonna be faithful to your one person. It won't, even if it's emotional cheating, right? Mm-hmm. Like you texting a joint, like, damn, like, you hard eyes her story post or whatever.
That's physical cheating, by the way, because you're physically doing it. It's not emotional because you're doing an actual act.
Of hard eyeing.
I mean, hard eyeing. I don't know. But then that goes in. No, but
that's physical cheating.
But you said that's emotional. That's not emotional. I feel like emotional is like feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like physical. Anything that you're doing that's an act is physical cheating. But that's not what we're talking about here. Continue though.
You agree with that?
I agree with that.
Continue.
I feel like whatever you cannot do or would not do in front of your partner is cheating. Period. But that's not what we're talking about.
I respect that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But like.
Okay.
So if you're not hard eyeing bitches in front of your woman.
Yeah,
then that's
a good way to look at
cheating,
it. That's a good way to look at it.
Okay. And then what was the second part?
So if someone's used to a certain lifestyle, like promiscuous, all before, like dude is used to having a different joint in his crib every week. Yeah, can he just flip a switch and commit?
If it's the right one, yes.
For sure.
If it's the right one, yes.
Okay, what's your take on that?
For sure. It absolutely is. It depends on it being the right person. And a lot of times we know how we feel about someone when we meet them. Right. We know it's just a different energy. Yeah. Something snaps and it's like
you feel warm inside.
Yeah, like I need them.
Is this love?
I need them. I need them. And it really is that quick of a flip of a switch. Right. Because a lot of times we don't meet people like this. So it's just like, yo.
And then
I'm willing.
And I feel like that actually might play into why some people are like, just kind of running through people. Because it's like, yo, because some people, like, I know plenty of people like that are legit looking for love. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, like, if I keep meeting the wrong person over and over and over and over and over, like, after a while, it's like, yeah, I racked up all these bodies, but
you don't have to have sex with somebody to be looking
to connect with them. I agree.
For sure.
I agree with that.
100%.
But I do think you can, like, flip a switch, though. Like, off some, like, yo, if I find the right person, I'm willing to drop everything behind and lock in on this person because I finally found what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And then the greatest test comes when, like, you locked in, but then joints you didn't even expect, to hit you up, or joints that you messed with before are now hitting you up. That's the greatest test. And then like that's where you really know that, damn, I am locked in, or I have flipped that switch because you're ignoring.
You've gotten tested and exactly. Yeah. All right, but take it a step further, right? So let's say this is somebody who has lived this promiscuous life on their own, but they're also doing it in groups, right? So let's say not in groups.
Orgy?
Like that. No, not like that. But no, in groups, as in like the whole squad is on that type of time. So like, let's say for example, like you date somebody from our squad. We roll like 6-7 deep in our group, whatever, hypothetically speaking, and all of us are known throughout the DMV as guys who just run through these shorties, don't commit to nothing, right? Mm-hmm. And then you pick one from that group, and that guy commits to you. At that point, he's still hanging out with his boys because, I mean, he got a girlfriend now that's added, you know what I'm saying? But he still got the same friends that they was doing whatever with just a couple weeks ago. So in terms of that, how do you feel that you would respond? Would you try to get them to leave that group.
You're so funny.
You feel me?
Look at you. I would have a conversation with him.
How would that conversation
And
look? Let's talk about it.
I would express my grievances or what I would perceive to be an issue
Right.
and say, hey, your friends are fuck niggas and they do this, they do X, Y, and Z, and
Right.
I'm not comfortable with it.
Okay.
So let's have a talk about it. What do you do when y'all go out? How is it? What are the dynamics when you guys go out? Because
Right.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Right.
And if it's something that I'm like, you know what, this is so crazy. If you're not willing to either compromise with me and figure something out, then I'm out.
Okay. I respect that.
Simple.
Okay. And what do you think about that, right? So, like, this whole, like, birds of a feather concept. Obviously, it relates to guys as well, you know, in situations where, you know, guys are just whole bunch of fuckboys in a group, and you find one and try to reform him, you know what I'm saying? For women, right? I feel like that's the one people talk about more. I feel like, I mean, at least that's what I hear about more because I'm a guy, so maybe I don't know what women talk about in terms of that. But, like, I know for guys, a lot of guys are like, yo, bro, like, I know guys that might not wife a girl because of her friends. Like, he might be like, yo, this girl's cool, bro. But all of her friends are going, bro. Like, I'm not trying to mess with her because I know she's the same. And even though I don't know everything about her, her right-hand man is somebody who's getting blessed every single day by somebody different. You know what I'm saying? So, what are your thoughts on that, though? Like, how would you respond to that?
If my lady said she don't like the dudes that I hang with, honestly, that's when it comes to transparency, right?
Actually, I want the inverse. So, not even her asking you. I want to know.
How do I feel about
choose a girl that was part of a group of, you know, generally promiscuous people, right?
Nah, me personally, nah.
Why not?
I mean, you can attest to this. I never really talked to girls who other niggas know.
Right.
Like, and that's I'm very like, what's the word? Like, it's mine. Like, I'm very like possessive, right?
Okay.
And not in an aggressive way, but like, I don't want what somebody else. Like, even like I bought a new car. Well, it's not a used. It's a used car, right? And even still, it doesn't feel like it's mine because I'm not the first owner. I want to be I'm not saying she got to be like a virgin or anything like that.
Right.
But you can't have talk to my man's or a man's. You gotta have. I don't want no traces of. I want it to be fresh. If that makes any sense.
But I feel like that's interesting because it's all subjective, right? Because you want it to be fresh, but I feel like at the same time, a lot of people are like, yo, I want to not know anything about her past, but I want her to already have experience before she gets to me. So, like, what are your thoughts on that, right? So, like, it's possible
experiencing what?
Sexually, right? We're talking about promiscuity.
Niggas want the freakiest girl, but don't want her to have fucked anybody. And it's just not practical.
Because it's possible.
I used to be like that, though. I'm not
It's
gonna lie.
possible.
It's not practical.
Conceptually, it's possible, but I feel like it's almost impossible for you to mess with somebody who hasn't done anything with anyone and for them to know exactly what you want them to do at exactly that moment.
Right. I feel like what it is as long as they are clean, they have a clean bill of health, whoever they had before you don't got shit to do with you. And if you are concerned with that, then that's a you thing. That has nothing to do with her. So that's a you thing. That's an insecurity. So you're not the type
to ask about somebody's
No, I don't
history.
care about that.
Let's talk about it.
Why is it? Like body
I'm
count and shit
right
like
now.
that? No, but that's fine.
No,
I'm okay with. Listen, let me speak. I'm okay with you side eyeing me, but I don't understand if somebody has a clean bill of health, and of course they have had prior sexual experiences.
Right.
Why is it any of your business what they did in the past?
Right.
If they are here with you now, why? It
But
doesn't make sense.
I think for me, I understand what you're saying about like the sexual past, but I think a big part of it too is like, I don't want to walk around with this individual who I know, like, let's say I go into like a public setting. I think it's an ego thing more than anything. Like a setting where like I go to a big function and I know that like 10, 15 niggas in here can say like, this nigga on Joe's arm right here, I had that. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of guys don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
That's not an ego thing, bro. No girl wants a nigga that been slinging dick all over the community dick.
I would argue.
Y'all don't want that?
I would argue. Girls say that. Like, they don't want a nigga that has whatever. But I would argue that no girl wants a guy that nobody wants.
Granted, yes.
That's my argument. What do you think?
It's valid.
He's saying that no girls want somebody that, you know, has been all over. But I would argue.
No, sexually.
Yes. I would argue that those are the guys that girls want the most.
No.
Yes.
I think
yes.
I think what it is
Depends.
I think it depends. I think girls want guys that other ladies are looking at, checking for.
For sure. You know why? Right. You know why? Because a lot of times women, when a nigga has a girlfriend, that's the first nigga that they looking at. Oh, he got a girl, he doing something right. I want him.
Especially if a nigga like me. You know?
I'm
gonna smack.
No, okay, but so and to that point though, right? So we talked about the whole sexual history, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I guess let me ask y'all that question too. Like, so for you, body count don't matter.
It doesn't.
Does not matter.
It doesn't. You got a clean bill of health, and we here with it.
So as long as you can show like this negative test, like I don't got nothing.
That don't got shit to do with me.
Don't matter what your past is.
I don't care.
Clean slate when you come to me.
Clean slate.
Okay. What do you think?
In my younger days, I would have been like, nah, like I don't want no joint who's been with more than 5 guys.
Hell yeah, bro. Like that was definitely a thing, bro.
But I don't want to. So I've matured. I don't want to be a hypocrite in any aspect of dating or whatever.
Right.
So it's a conversation I would like to have.
Right.
But I'm not gonna judge you by it.
I agree.
You feel me? I'm not gonna be like, oh damn, bitch, you been with 50 niggas.
Because at the same time, like now it comes to a point where it's like, yo, like I can't judge her for that because I'm on this. I was on the same type of time prior to meeting you. You feel me?
Exactly.
And at the same time, like
gotta be fair.
I feel like for me, like in terms of the body count, right? Let's say 2 people have 10 bodies, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say 2 people are both 25 years old and have 10 bodies each.
That's 20 souls in that relationship.
Oh my gosh, that's Soul Ties. Different episode. What's that? Season 1.
Season 1, episode 2.
Yeah. Anyway, but okay. So let's say for example, 2 people, 25 years old, have 10 bodies. One person could have, been in a relationship in high school, maybe their senior year, been with that one person. That's 1 body right there. Freshman year, let's say they call it 2, 3, right? You know what I'm saying? They get into a relationship sophomore year into their junior year. That's 5 right there, right? Junior year, they break up second semester, senior year. They maybe cast like 2, 3 between spring break and graduation. That's already 7. After you graduate, you're 25 years old, right? So let's say you graduated at 22. 22, that means you catch a body every year after that until you hit 25. That's 10 right there. Versus somebody, you could just have a lit summer. And that could be the 10 right there. You feel me? So like, I feel like for me, I'm not going to go that deep into asking, oh, so how did your first body occur? How did your second one? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at that point, it's like, I feel like the number for me no longer holds the same weight when you think of it that way. Would y'all agree? Like, because I feel like everybody can catch that body in a different way.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree. Like, that can be that you can have 10, 15, 20 bodies in a span of a month, 2 months, 3 years.
Right.
So I don't think the time period really matters.
Right.
What matters is the clean bill of health.
Right.
And I think we need
So for you, STD free, I don't care how many people, I don't care if it's been 1,000.
But okay. So you say that now, right? But what if, all right, clean bill of health.
Bill of health, yep.
And then y'all are in a relationship, but his promiscuous behavior, it starts creeping in y'all relationship. So like you don't even know he's been with 20 girls before you, but because he has that clean bill of health, you're cool with it,
right?
And then like you start seeing women start to trickle in. Like he may not be having sex with them, but the attention with the other women is there.
Okay,
you're not worried about that because that's
the attention from past women.
Yeah.
Oh,
where are they coming from?
Like situations that maybe he didn't necessarily end, or situations where he might have ended it, but they were so obsessed because of whatever went down that now they're
because those are part of the people. Those are part of the people that you didn't care to ask about.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
So at that point, do you take responsibility for not asking that information?
Because don't be surprised when Shorty was.
I think that a lot of different things come up, but we underestimate the power of communication.
Right.
And everything is about having a conversation. Like, why is this happening? Why are they coming up out of nowhere? Like, is this something are there things that you need to handle and I need to be out of the picture for? Everything is a conversation. Okay. And I don't think things are as black and white as we make them appear to be.
Okay.
To be honest, and I don't know if I expect grace from others, so I try to give grace and have a different level of understanding. But it's not just like cut and dry, black and white, like, where are these bitches coming from? Oh, you got me fucked up. Like, let's talk about this. Why is this happening? Because there's a reason for it. I think everything can be a conversation, to be honest.
Okay, so what do you think about that, right?
So, yeah, I agree with you. But like he said, do you take responsibility if you didn't have that conversation from jump?
Like, if you opted out of knowing the information, like you said, yo, I don't care who you've been with.
I would take responsibility for that.
And what does that look
like?
It looks like having a conversation. Who are they? Why are they coming back up?
Right.
Like, if I believe that,
and I want to hear your take too.
You didn't care to know though.
I didn't care to know because I expected that that wouldn't be something that I would have to worry about. Yeah, however, if it becomes an issue, then it's an opportunity to have a conversation.
But women are really good at having the inclination that this nigga has been a hoe before. He's had a whole face.
Right.
Okay, what does that mean? I'm not interested in a nigga's whole face.
So then why are you interested in the fact that these women are trickling in? I'm not doing anything with them.
But we have to understand. I have to understand why they are coming into the
They're
mix.
friends. These are my friends.
Okay, then they can come around.
Not every friend comes around.
Every friend comes around. If you are a male and you have a woman, if you are a male and you have and you have a girlfriend and you have female friends, why can they not come around? Let's see what your dynamic is like. Why not?
Right.
I'm not the woman.
I agree with that.
I'm not the woman.
If there's some, okay, so I want to hear from both of y'all, right? So let's say this is a person that is part of the person's past, right? Mm-hmm. And they're coming around significantly, part of their sexual past at that. Okay. And y'all are now friends, significant other, and they, lingering around now. You know what I mean? How do you feel about that? I want to hear a man's perspective, and I want to hear a woman's perspective. Okay. So what do you think about that situation where, you know what I'm saying, you have a girl and, her nigga that she used to, mess with heavy, or maybe even a couple of niggas. She cool with a couple of them niggas now. You feel me? Like they just homies. What is your thought on that as her significant other?
As long as they just homies, like.
I don't know, man. I feel like to a certain degree,
as long as y'all just homies, I'm not gonna be that person to tell you not to talk to your friends.
That's what I'm saying. You should make that choice for yourself in terms of like, do you feel like our relationship, like if I'm still cool with multiple people that I messed with in the past, I should be able to say to myself,
just because we had sex don't mean that we weren't friends.
That's a fact. I agree with that. Yeah. It's possible to have sex with your friends and just keep it at that. But I'm saying, like, I feel like you should be able to know in your mind, will me being friends with this person get in the way of my relationship in terms of if they decide to overstep their boundaries type shit.
So at that point, then yes, especially if it makes your significant other feel uncomfortable. If it makes your if they feel uncomfortable, you have to dead it. I've been in that situation,
right?
Facts.
And out of respect for the relationship for that person, you have to dead it because it's like you first of all you're blatantly disrespecting them. You don't value the relationship, and then you're being sneaky,
right?
So, and honestly, and I'm being transparent, that takes growth. Because at first, I'm a very friendly person. Like, we just met, but it feels like, I know you from back in the day.
Every time.
But that's because of the personality that I have. So I like I'm dumb enough to be like, it's nothing, right? So I be thinking naively sometimes, and you just gotta learn that, like, no, this is, she wants you, bruh.
Right.
She wants you. That nigga wants you. Yeah. He ain't just asking you, do you need gas or let me change your tire for you because he's being friendly. Right. The nigga wants you. She wants you. So
especially for somebody from your past.
Yeah. So you just gotta. That's it comes with growth. It comes with maturity. Okay. And all that. So
I think it's possible to not know when somebody from your past can reappear and not know that they are on that type of time.
Exactly. I agree.
Until they are on that type of time. That's happened to me before.
So how'd you act?
Yeah. How did you act? Let's talk about it, man. JID podcast. Do it.
I don't know. I was in a relationship at the time, and somebody from my past came back up, and I didn't think anything of it in that way. I just appreciated the interaction that I had with this person. But my significant other at the time saw it as a red flag.
Right.
He's like, oh no. And he didn't even know that this was a person from my past. But to him, it's just like, this is another nigga that is trying to take time away from my woman.
Right.
This is a problem.
Right.
And that's why everything just needs to be handled with the conversation. Everything is communication.
Okay. I feel that.
Those conversations are actually hard to have, but they're healthy.
Yeah.
Because after the conversation, me personally, then you realize, like, dog, like, am I really gonna jeopardize what I have now for an old fling, or for somebody who's crazy about me now that I don't even feel that way about them, and I'm in love with this person that I'm with now. Yeah. So it's a good conversation to have. I agree.
Okay. And transitioning, right? So we're talking about old flings, right? And people's past as it pertains to promiscuity, which is the topic of this conversation, right? But I wanted to know from you guys, right? We're talking about the double standards from earlier, about how there is a double standard in terms of how it's received, right? Mm-hmm. How promiscuous women are viewed versus promiscuous men, which according to Dina Time does not exist, right? But I wanted to know.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Hey, man, I disagree, but I respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? JID podcast controversy. But specifically, I want to know, do you feel that women are more likely to excuse the promiscuity of a man than a man is to excuse the promiscuity of a woman? And why?
Go ahead, answer.
I was gonna say you answer.
I mean,
it don't matter who answers first, man.
I've been answering first, but I can 100%. Women will excuse it. Women are so forgiving, bro. And it's like all the beautiful black queens out there. I tip my hat off to you, I mean, I'm not racist or anything, but I'm just saying what I like.
I'm not racist, I promise.
No, but honestly, women are very forgiving, bro. A lady would brush it off like, you know, because she cares about you. With men, man, I ain't fuck with your whole ass no more. Like you a thought. You know, all this disrespectful things and negative energy towards her because of the whatever ego trip that you're on right now, and she crushed your ego a little bit, so now you feel hurt. And sometimes, men, it's okay if you feel hurt. Tell her you feel hurt. You know, as many times as women will express to you how they feel, I feel like men should start getting to let's make that a thing. You know, tell your girl that you feel hurt by whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Like if your man, came to you in a very like, I'm pretty sure he probably came to you in like, I'm not comfortable with that dude. Like, but if he came to you like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, you would like, whoa, relax, bro. Yeah. But if he came to you like, yo, I'm not comfortable with it. You're not soft or anything like that. You're just being, open.
Being real, yeah. Okay. And what would you say? Who excuses the promiscuous past of the other side more?
Women definitely do more.
Why do you think that is, though? Is it the whole idea of women are just generally more forgiving? Or would you say that it has something to do with the fact that most men are generally more promiscuous than women, so they have to excuse it? I've heard that take before. I've heard that take before, though, where women say, that is true. I got to excuse the promiscuous, past of this man because all these niggas are like this. You feel me? Would you say that plays into it at all?
I think it does. I think a number of these factions play into it.
Let's talk about it.
It just... Honestly, they're really, and I'm not gonna say there aren't a lot of good niggas out here because I am friends with a lot of good niggas, but I think because of society and patriarchy, we are used to men just kind of doing whatever they want and women just always being available to some extent. Okay. And I think things look a little bit different for women. It's a bit more difficult for women to find a good man. Right. So we are more willing to excuse these things. Compromise, yeah. Yeah, when it comes to men, it's just like they have a larger pool. Right. They have a larger pool for that.
Which is crazy to me because like women forgive their men like through and through so many times after messing up, but then when it comes to y'all girlfriends, y'all be quick to dead a bitch. Like why is that? I saw a tweet
about how women always got different friends at their birthday dinner.
No, for real though, like why is that? Like as a woman, why would you forgive your dude time and time again? Maybe not even time and time again, but for a situation that was so like, damn, you forgiving that nigga, but your girlfriend that you know for X amount of years, she did something like, I don't know, she took your concealer, whatever y'all be fighting about, because y'all go to Miami friends and then come back enemies. No, whatever.
It's like falling out over concealer.
Why is that?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know, because that's not me. It's at all.
She said I can't relate.
I can't relate, but I know that is a reality. Right. And I don't know, when it comes to dick and when it comes to love and emotions, it just be fucking women up in a different way. It fuck a lot of people up in a different way, but women is a little bit different. I feel like there's just such a lack of grace with your friends because it's just like, oh, this is just my homegirl. Maybe I could just find a new one, or she's just gonna forgive me. Right. And when it comes to these men, it's like I need to hold on to them for whatever reason. Is that
the insecurity though?
It could be. Absolutely. It absolutely could be an insecurity.
And that literally loops back into like what they're willing to forgive in terms of that's promiscuous past. Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, sorry, what'd you say?
I said that was a good question.
Oh, now, yeah.
I be like my mind be like, me and Joe have.
I was gonna wrap it up, but they wasn't gonna let me.
We have conversations like this all the time, so I be really thinking about this. Like, yo, like, so I know a lady, right? She's dear in my heart, and like she has a friend that I don't think they're friends, but they. Best friends, whatever. But, but can go periods of time without talking. And then I come into the picture, all of a sudden, this friend thinks that that my lady treats her bad because of me. And I've never been that type of guy to come in between.
If you watching, man, he not doing that, man.
I don't come in between friends. Like I don't do that at all because it's just not. I don't do bitch like shit like that. So it's like, I really think women be just having this jealous nature in them that men just don't carry. Like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, my man went from promiscuity to just straight women bashing.
Yeah. I will pray for
Am
you.
I women bashing? I'm women bashing. I thought I would fire you. Nah, I don't
understand your perspective.
Yeah, like I genuinely care about women. Like I took women's studies in college because not because I wanted to.
The way I've been looking at this camera, like
not because I wanted to be in the room full of a bunch of women. I just really wanted to know how y'all be thinking, like, and even with my lady, like when we talking, like, I really just be trying to like figure out how y'all think, so I could tap in and I could be the best man that I can be.
Right.
Like no corny cliche shit, but like honestly, just
I respect that.
Yeah.
And you feel like these women's studies classes relate to how you view
that's what I was
women
gonna ask, like,
and their promiscuity? How does that? You
honestly,
took classes on how they think.
Honestly,
Okay.
I think the way I think is because of my culture and my upbringing.
Okay.
Me being a Nigerian guy, it's
Traditional kind of.
Yeah, it's like it's just. I don't know. It's that what you call that matriarchy, that patriarchy, belief. And I'm trying. So, I can't remember the book but there's a writer who wrote about unlearning patriarchy, and once I find out, I'm gonna let you know. Then you can tell people on the next podcast. Unlearning patriarchy is a thing that we really need to do as men, because of that culture is very toxic, right? And then like I said, it doesn't make you any less of a man to unlearn patriarchy, unlearn the behavior of your dad, expecting his dinner to be ready by your mom when he comes home from work, or things like
But you're making this point about unlearning patriarchy, but literally said men cannot be promiscuous, which is a patriarchal ideology though.
Because look, women promiscuous, men they're having fun. That letting that body. Maybe he was 5'10" in high school and now he's 6'6" or whatever. Or me, I used to be a lot bigger and then I slimmed down. Well, once I slimmed down, it was a wrap for these jumps.
It's Sersky.
But then I gained weight again, and then it's like my insecurity was shot or whatever. So then. And now I feel like,
So why is it that the men can be gallivanting around, but the women can't? Women can't do that. Women can't,
because women's supposed to remain wholesome.
Why is it that men should not be remaining wholesome too?
Because y'all already did bad thing by eating the apple. It all dates back to then.
It's so crazy.
Wow.
I think it's so funny though how people always like use the Bible
Every
in certain
time.
scenarios
you messed up. You messed up before.
Literally.
You messed up before.
Oh, shoot.
Adam was a good guy. He was a good boy. He listened. Don't eat the apple. Eve, don't eat it. She said, no, Adam, eat it. And then look what happened. Now men have been suffering, and you said I'm women bashing, but
I wasn't saying that. You know what I'm saying?
But
if you feel that way,
but women be bashing men. No. Women be bashing men like crazy,
because niggas are trash.
See, it's because of people like you that. Nah, honestly though, men are. We definitely got to work on it, but. Right. Women, y'all are moving real reckless these days.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Like real. It's like I see a lot of women acting like niggas.
What does that mean?
Being players.
What's wrong with that? If niggas can do it, why can't women do it? Why can't women just
Let's
be
talk
who they
about
are?
it.
Is that what you're gonna teach your daughter?
I'm gonna teach my daughter to do what best serves her.
So I don't know.
To be a confident young woman.
Okay, so
what
cool.
does that look like? We
All
can
right,
talk
so
about it.
I don't want to do any spoiler alerts for whoever hasn't seen this episode of Ghost, right? Power Book 2 or whatever. But Eve's character basically told her daughter, look, man, as a woman, you need to use what you have to get what you want, right?
Mary J. Blige, not Eve.
What I say? I said Eve.
Eve.
Mary J. Blige. Sorry, Queen. But use what you had to get what you want, because this is a man's world type of thing, right? I don't think that you should ever teach your daughter that notion, because then that snowballs into this. Oh well, I'm a beautiful woman. My mom has always told me, my dad's told me I'm beautiful. I'm gonna use it to get what I want. I don't like that, and that stems back to the whole OnlyFans thing. Because honestly, it be some ugly joints on OnlyFans, but the joints
went through the database.
No. Because I just see what people like. Hey, Twitter, Twitter is vicious, and you just see dog, this girl is so beautiful. Why is she doing this? Why does she have an OnlyFans?
Why do you think that is though? But you said that the reason why they're doing this is because they're securing the bag based on what they have, right?
Because they want to, because they can. It's an avenue to make money during this pandemic.
OnlyFans people were doing that before the pandemic though.
Exactly.
But OnlyFans really
premium
Snapchat
this
year.
Hell yeah.
Facts.
But so all right, let's say, all right, not. I know you wouldn't do it because you're a queen. You will never do OnlyFans. But let's say
so those who don't do those who don't do OnlyFans are queens.
Who do OnlyFans.
No, you're a princess. Let's say you're doing it, right? Let's say you're doing it. Are you gonna use that money that you're revenuing from OnlyFans? Are you gonna pay tithe and offering with that money? No, please. I just want to know.
Why not?
Hey.
Not,
nah. All right. Nah. You know what? That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to cut it off right there. We're talking about paying tithes and offering with OnlyFans earnings. And without further ado, we're ending the episode on that note. This has been season 3, episode 8 of the show, Promiscuity. Follow me on Instagram at Joe the Great. That's JOETHEGR number 8, as well as my podcast page at j.ade.pod. Man, we got Dina Time in here. We got Osa in the building, man. Follow them on the gram. They already stated their social media. Pun your dome, man. It's love. Appreciate it. We out.